62nd annual dinner for the Massachusetts Rhode Island chapter of the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. I have not been here for all of them. We're going to start off tonight's festivities with a video. So Maestro, roll.
My name is Ryan Morales and I'm 12 years old. My favorite sports to play is football. I really like basketball. I love to be outside, carving stuff, just messing about.
Ryan has a light about him. Everyone he meets, he touches. He loves life. April 20th, 2005, I remember the exact date. And I remember the time I got the call, 5 p.m., confirming in fact that he had cystic fibrosis. Hope is a very important word that we use a lot in our family. Without hope, you really don't have anything.
Living with cystic fibrosis is a challenge because I can have my good days and my bad days. I need to manage my lungs, my stomach, and my sinuses. And for the average person that wakes up and heads to school, I need to wake up much earlier to get my treatments done, and I have to stay on top of it. The treatments can increase to 4 to 5 times a day, which can be a pain because I try my best to get all my treatments done, but when the day is over, another treatment.
You always have to stay 10 steps ahead of this illness. The minute CF gets a leg up on you, you're in trouble. Your job as a parent becomes to teach them how to own that. You're there running that race with them, but that you're trying to get them to cross that finish line independently.
You don't never want to lose hope because as soon as you lose hope, you're going to stop taking your medications, your treatments. Once that is done, then what else can you do to save your life pretty much? You got to always stay on top of it and never lose hope.
The CF Foundation is extremely dedicated to advancements. They fight to get these treatments and they get the drug companies to make these advancements.
I would love to go to college, of course. Maryland University, love to be on the football team. My mom went to Maryland University. I would love to follow in her footsteps. I'll probably like to study maybe about astronomy a little bit, study about the planets in our world and how it came to be.
I want Ryan to know that the sky's the limit. There's no limit to his dreams. College, marriage, children. Cystic fibrosis is a part of him, but it doesn't define him. It doesn't define who he is. You have to give back because we have to help the foundation fight as well. We have to be raising money. It's like when you throw a rock in a pond and the ripple effect. If we keep talking, those ripples are going to stretch out to everyone, and so that we can get the funding that we need to help find the cure.
This is a 1,000,000-mile run. It goes across the world, different planets. We all have to fight, join together, find a cure for this illness, and we can do this.
Together for our opening speaker tonight, the fearless, a woman who does not need any introduction. She's been around here in the Massachusetts Rhode Island chapter for many, many years. She started when you were about 5 years old, right? And with having Dr. Boyle here tonight, it's important for us to know that we are the self-proclaimed best chapter in the United States of America. It's unanimous. Dr. Boyle, bring that home to the corporate headquarters and let everybody know how we feel. It's fact, and we would not be there today if it was not for the amazing Massachusetts Rhode Island chapter team and their fearless leader, Miss Pam Spitzer.
I want what he's having. That's fun. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. And good evening. Good evening to all of you, and welcome to the Massachusetts Rhode Island Chapter 62nd Annual Dinner. making a difference today. As I look around the room this evening, I'm always so inspired by the community of people who have helped us make such remarkable gains in our shared mission this year. As you know, the mission of the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation is to cure CF and to provide all people with the disease the opportunity to lead full productive lives by funding research and drug development, promoting individualized treatment, and ensuring access to high-quality, specialized care. Each and every day, a dedicated community of medical professionals, researchers, patients, families, volunteers, sponsors, and donors work passionately with Foundation teammates to advance our mission. Keeping sight of what really matters, as we base every decision on what is best for people with cystic fibrosis and their families. We have made tremendous progress over the years, and this year was no exception. More clinical trials are underway than ever before, with the potential to bring new, effective treatments to even more people with CF. At the North American CF Conference last October, our own Dr. Mike Boyle described 2017 as the pivotal year for matching medicines with people, a year in which we now have an expectation that by 2020, we will have 93% of the CF patient population eligible for a treatment with a CFTR modulator. You'll hear more about that later. Yet our highest priority is to accelerate our efforts to find the next generation of life-saving treatments for 100% of people living with CF. Everyone here this evening is an essential member of the team, collaborating together so that we can learn more and achieve more. We are stronger together. As we can all agree that cystic fibrosis is the most amazing story in medicine today. Aspiring for excellence in all we do is essential to reaching new heights in CF awareness and fundraising. In 2017, our chapter's accomplishments were fueled by the many donors, sponsors, and volunteers innovating with courage, embracing challenges, reaching beyond boundaries in the pursuit of our shared vision for our most precious CF community. Last year, more than 38 events throughout Massachusetts took place, and throughout Massachusetts and Rhode Island took place, were supported by families, friends, colleagues, and sponsors. We walked, we biked, we golfed, we fished, we climbed, we danced a lot. We bowled, we ran far. We sipped, we supported, and we hiked. We hiked for days. It seemed like days, even though it was only 30 hours. We did all that in search for a cure. Here are just a few exciting highlights from 2017. As many of you may be aware, May is CF Awareness Month, and 30 CF advocates ascended upon Beacon Hill, meeting with their state representatives, providing education on the needs of our CF community. Later that month, with your determination and leadership, Great Strides, the Foundation's flagship event, was an inspiring success, with over 475 family, pharma, and corporate teams, and 7,000 walkers who laced up and hit the pavement at 17 walk sites throughout Massachusetts and Rhode Island. We raised over $1,595,000. 59 hikers celebrated Father's Day weekend by answering the 3 a.m. wake-up call at Jiminy Peak Resort in Hancock, Mass., embarking on a one-day journey, hiking over 29 miles on the Taconic Crest Trail, raising an astounding $380,000. I can tell you that Terry, raise your hand. Terry, there is still a few spots available for those who are willing to answer the call. How far would you go to cure CF? So if you'd like to hike with Terry, she can take your name. Fall is fishing and cycle time. 2017 marked the 15th annual Nantucket Slam Fishing Tournament, where recreational and avid anglers descended upon the quaint island of Nantucket for 2 days of competitive sport fishing. 130 anglers, captains, mates, and sponsors raised a record-breaking $202,000, bringing the 15-year total to over $2.1 million. It's a lot of fun on Nantucket in the fall. Right, Bob? Over 500 cyclists kept their wheels turning for CF. In September, the Westport Vineyard Winery hosted the 5th annual Rhode Island Cycle for Life. 200 cyclists took to the main streets and back roads of Tiverton, Little Compton, and Westport, cycling 25 or 64 miles for those who are more fit, raising an outstanding $120,000. Then 2 weeks later, on the most beautiful fall day in 5 years, over 300 cyclists cruised out of the Fatima Shrine in Holliston, all smiles. The heroic efforts of Team Paperback Riders, led by Linda Farrington and Don Gauchi, and their 27 rider teammates, alone raised $59,000, earning them the unique distinction as the top CF cycle team in the nation. Linda is so competitive. The top cycle team in the nation had been on the West Coast. It was Google. Google has huge matching, and she was monitoring them day by day, and she was determined to outmatch Google, which she did, in honor of her husband, Don, who just had a double lung transplant last fall. And all that contributed to an impressive event day total of $328,000, keeping the Massachusetts Rhode Island chapter #1 in the country for their cycling program, with a combined total of $448,000, a distinction achieved for the past consecutive 8 years. So that brings us to November. And in November, Massachusetts is party time. And there's no better party than the Joey O'Donnell film premiere, which never fails to impress. 1,200 guests, including Boston's area's leaders of sports, business, and politics, enjoyed the sumptuous reception at the Natick Mall, then traveled by limo to AMC Theaters for a private screening of Molly's Game, featuring Jessica Chastain, and which is also nominated, which my son texted me this today. Mom, don't forget to tell them that it's also been nominated for a 2017 Oscar nomination for Aaron Sorkin for the Best Adapted Screenplay. So let's see if he wins. But this was another very special evening, raising over $900,000. And what better way to close the year than at the Copley Plaza, an Uncork the Cure event hosted by event chairs Patrick Marshall and sponsorship chair Monique Nero, together with 550 generous and close friends, sponsors, who all bid for a cure. They sipped, savored, and supported this year, and this year even boogied the night away as we honored 2 of our most wonderful friends, cherished friends, Christine Coughlin and her husband Bob, with the Breath of Life Award for their outstanding leadership and unwavering support and commitment to the CF community for over 20 years. The evening was an astonishing success, raising an unprecedented $533,000. As partners in progress, individual giving, legacy giving, and the annual fund play a valuable role in advancing the CF Foundation's life-saving mission. Our chapter's very generous donors contributed over $511,000. Thank you for being our partner in progress. Your outstanding generosity continues to fuel our quest for a cure. And thank you to the many, many corporate and community champions who formed company-wide fundraising initiatives, and to the individuals whose contributions continue to strengthen and expand our fundraising activities, providing vital dollars for CF research, medical programs, patient, and advocacy. Through our collective efforts, I am proud to report that the Massachusetts Rhode Island chapter raised nearly $5.8 million in 2017. So last year, our chapter was #1 in 2016. I won't find out until March, till we go to the leadership conference, whether or not we've held that distinction again. Although I did hear that Chicago did get a $2 million major gift, so that might have hoisted them over us. But I'm still crossing my fingers. We'll be in the top 3, naturally. At the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, every action we take, every milestone we achieve, is because of the collaboration and unwavering dedication of you, our CF community teammates. I thank you. I thank you for my colleagues. I thank you for the CF community. I thank you so much for being here this evening. And to tonight's award recipients, as we look back on this year's successes with great pride, thank you for your inspiration to ensure better todays and your determination to fuel more tomorrows for the CF community as we forge ahead to our ultimate goal, a one-time cure for all. Now I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors and industry champions whose generosity makes this evening possible. I'd like to first extend special thanks to Joe and Kathy O'Donnell and the Joey Fund. To Chris and Jennifer Black and the Francis Pugh Hayes Foundation. To Vertex, our dinner reception sponsor, and woohoo, what an announcement this week. Oh, man. We were doing the happy dance, and yes, weren't we? We were doing the happy dance. Our mission champion sponsors, Novartis, Proteostasis, and the Lorigan Family Foundation. Our mission supporter sponsors, AbbVie, Corbis, UMass Medical School, Translate Bio, Alliance RX, Walgreens Prime. Our mission supporter sponsors, Allergan, Chiesi, Gilead, Hillrom, Major Specialty 4 Solutions, SmartVest. And most importantly, I'd like to recognize our other partners here today because we all are connected, and without them, our families would not receive the fabulous care and treatment that they receive at our CF patient care centers. And I'd like to have those care centers stand, as I call them, because that would, without them, every family would be without a lifeboat. So Bay State Medical Center, Boston Children's Hospital, Brigham and Women's Hospital, Mass General Hospital, Tufts Medical Center, and UMass Memorial Hospital. Their caregiving teammates. And of course, last but not very least, my buds down there from the CF lab. Out there in Lexington. I don't know what they're doing out there, but they're cooking up something good, I can tell you that, and I'm sure Dr. Boyle is going to tell you more about that. And from my colleagues at the Bethesda office, I'd like to recognize Gia Kuhn, Julia Apayo, and last but not least, our Senior Vice President of Therapeutics and keynote speaker tonight, Dr. Michael Boyle. Welcome to Massachusetts. And now it's my great pleasure to bring up my good friend, Bobby Coughlin.